The long game always wins. Let me break down kind of what I mean by this. Over my career for about 11 years now, being self-employed, started out in construction as a contractor, actually as a handyman, then a contractor, then a house flipper. Then I got my license to be a realtor. I've been on a couple teams. I ran a team as an agent and been 8 years licensed, sold hundreds of homes, was six figures in debts to now making six-figure incomes on everything. This is something that I've come to find and realize throughout my career is that the long game always wins. And that really doesn't apply just to business. It applies to fitness, relationships, really any area you're trying to achieve. It has to get down to what can I consistently do daily for a year to see the results I want to have on everything. So before I get into all these concepts and really flesh it all out, explore it all, please like, comment, subscribe, share. If you want to sign up for some of my coaching products, course products, check out the links down below for all of that. Explore my world of real estate agent training. Also, I'm modeling what I do on my YouTube channel with doing videos for buyers, sellers, reloads, Wichita area things. So don't just listen to my trainings, watch what I do in order for everything to be modeled so that hopefully this model and this level of behavior in business can work for you too. But we just don't know till you try. So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share, sign up on the links, check out some of my info products I have for you guys to digest, both free and paid, and we'll go from there. But this concept of the long game always wins, really I've seen this continue to show up in my life, where if I try to take the short, cheap route, it tends to be that that's what backfires the most and end up being more expensive and more costly on everything than if I would have just paid the price, both time-wise and financially, up front or over the long haul, of just bit the bullet and like embraced the grind or the longevity of whatever it is that I'm looking to do. And there's a guy that I follow that on Instagram by Brad Stolberg that really studies the science of sustainable excellence, not just the rocket ship and then the failures like you see in the roller coaster ride of everything. How do we sustainably continue to be excellent on a more, stable trajectory that doesn't lead to burnout, doesn't lead to fatigue, doesn't lead to divorce, bankruptcy, all of these problems we have. And a lot of it has to do with our consistency and what we can do daily over the course of a year, not necessarily like a week or 30 days or 90 days like we're typically short-sighted on as humans, is that we have a long life to live and you can get a lot done in a year if you really just focus on the daily actions that you can commit to consistently, like whether your emotions and your feelings are there or not. Because that's usually what I've seen is a problem, is that if you're basing this off of emotion and just when you feel good, and you're only doing this when you feel good, you're probably not going to get very many results. But if you follow a process that you can commit to consistently every single day for a year, you're going to be way more ahead of everything at the end of that year than if you start, stop for 30 days, 90 days, or you yo-yo this thing all the way to the end instead of just consistently acting daily for a year to see your results come up. And I've seen this happen in business when it comes to like generating leads, making phone calls, prospecting, posting content. As part of it all is that the long game always wins. Everybody's usually searching for the right now business in real estate, but what they're realizing is there's a lot of mid-range and long-range business that eventually becomes right now business, but everybody's searching for that like 3% of the right now business, and everybody's fighting over that 3% while they're ignoring the 97%. You want to have this big blue ocean strategy of not competing with anyone, finding and reaching people that you have no competition with. It has to do with these mid and long range people. And how that works to stay with them is you have to be with them consistently daily for a year, using marketing methods like sending them houses, posting content, all of these things that catch the mid to long range people to where like you're in a class of its own, because you're competing in the mid to long range area that eventually becomes right now business, but they're already bought into you. So by the time they are right now, they're already decided to go with you. And so if you can commit to doing that long enough, consistently enough, you will have more business you know what to deal with, more business than you can keep up with. If you can just have the bigger picture mindset of playing the long game that always wins as it comes to business, and having that longer term mindset around like, if I can just consistently keep up with these actions daily, being there for the mid to long range people, they eventually all become right now people on everything. Then they send me repeat business, referrals, all the things that go with it. That's really where the secret sauce is, the magic land that realtors try to get to, is by playing the long game long enough, it all becomes the right now game. And you're going to need people, systems, business services to help you keep up with it all, to be honest with you. And I know this to be true from selling 50 to 60 houses over the last 4 years. Consistently in my career, I've had my license for 8, and I've been self-employed for 11 now. And these are some of the things I've come to learn over that course of that career and experience and wisdom from my legitimate trial and error and figuring it out for my own personal sake. I've also seen this, in fitness, on everything, and relationships, is that it doesn't come down to just like, how much can I do in this week, or how much can I do for this day? It's what do you consistently daily do day in and day out, and what can you consistently commit to workout wise? If it's just walk around the neighborhood daily, like, I don't think you realize how much steps, just doing steps, like you don't even have to go lift in the gym, just get 7,500 steps in a day daily, and you will drastically see your fitness improve on everything. Same thing with like water, nutrition, all of these things. It's never a quick, easy fix. It's something you got to commit to lifestyle wise. Like, you're kind of like, build my ideal day. What can I commit to in a day that I can do consistently over time to where I get my goals or my achievements that I'm looking for, especially when it comes to fitness, is that you don't get an awesome body in, a day or 30 days or 90 days. It's a lifestyle that you commit to of staying active, staying fit, and daily looking to seek something out as far as moving your body, eating the right foods, sleeping well, hydration. Like, a lot of this stuff isn't rocket science. People are looking for a magic pill or a magic button or a magic strategy. I'm going to tell you right now, the truth is the magic strategy is playing the long game on everything. And I know that's hard to commit to. You have to be disciplined. You have to be committed. And you just have to do it daily. But if you do it long enough, you can actually just make it a part of your life where it's just a habit. You don't even think about it. And one of my coaches, she's an energy coach, was just teaching me this the other day, that if you're trying to learn a new skill or behavior in a serious classroom setting, it takes about 400 repetitions. If you do it in a playful state, in a playful way, it only takes about 10 to 20 repetitions to really ingrain something into your brain to do this. So if you learn to just play with it daily and play with whatever action, activity, thing that you're trying to achieve, you actually learn it much faster with all that too. But really what it comes down to is just consistently playing and enjoying and dealing with what you're doing daily for a year to see the results. And I've seen that a lot in marketing campaigns too, where it's like, to know if a marketing campaign is working or not, you have to really measure it over the course of a year to really see the full scale of that marketing campaign. You can kind of tell by month 2 or 3 if it's getting results and you see some promise and some hope with that. But really, even after that scale of things, you still don't fully know until you give it an entire year to run the course of its advertising marketing campaign to see if it worked or not. Especially in real estate, when we have such a long sales cycle, you really got to give it that much time to fully operate and get out there. And most of us came from a W-2 hourly earning, paycheck to paycheck, week to week type of a mentality and lifestyle. And when you get into business, into real estate, and be self-employed, you have to take a lot bigger vision, a lot longer mindset for these things, because you got to think more in months and quarters and years than you do in hours and weeks, like when you're W-2 employed working for someone else hourly. So it's definitely a shift you got to make into the long game and thinking about the big picture and the long game. It also should inspire you to realize like how much more action you got to take for that long game. Same thing with the relationship, to be honest with you. All of these things come down to action, effort, playing the long game long enough, figuring things out. But what I've seen, to just use as a general rule of thumb, is that the long game always wins. And it's what can I consistently do for a year daily. If you want to write down those 2 like quotes from this whole dang video, that'd be the way to write it down and check it out on everything. But hopefully that helps you where you're at in your business right now, whether you're self-employed, a real estate agent, what have you. Just trying to help relay a lot of the things I've learned over the last 11 years to be one of the top performers in the industry on everything, documented and verified. If you want proof, I can show it all to you, or you can just take these concepts and use them in your own business and apply them and benefit from them. But check out some of the links below where I got more coaching products, more info. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Appreciate you watching as always, and hopefully we'll talk with you soon. See ya.